Hi everyone. So I wanted to take a minute and do a video on dirt cheap Christmas wrapping. And I'm sorry I'm so late getting the video out. Just nothing has been working as far as me getting a chance to get set up. And today really isn't even ideal because I've already handed out a lot of the gifts, but we'll go over some of what I have left here at the house and some ideas that I have. And it's important to remember that we do not need to spend a lot of money on gift wrapping. We've already spent a lot on our gifts or a lot of time or effort. And I see a lot of videos where people go to the store and they buy a special container, a special box, special wrap for each person's gift. And the thing of the matter is that can get expensive really fast. And I'm not really liking the way I'm set up here. It's like it's looking like I'm rolling my eyes when I'm not. Okay, here we go. This is better. I turned my screen a little bit. So we don't have to do that to give somebody a decent looking gift. We can use a lot of what we have on hand. And the main thing that you want to do when you're looking to wrap cheap is you want to plan ahead and save everything. You want to save the gift bags that you got from your presents. Just take a minute when you unwrap and fold them up nicely. Fold up your tissue paper from them. Save that stuff. You want to save your brown paper bags from grocery shopping throughout the year. You want to save maybe a piece of gift wrap off a big gift and you've torn it a little bit, but you can cut that down and there's still a big sheet of paper there. Go ahead, fold it up, save it. Ribbons, like cloth ribbons, as opposed to like curly ribbon, save those. Your stick-on bows, if they're not all squished and nasty, save them. Just take a minute and set yourself up and save these things. And your gift boxes, I take a minute, and if somebody's taped them, I'll take a knife and cut the tape so that I'm not ripping the box, and fold them up. And so when Christmas comes, I already have a very big stash of things that I can use. And sometimes they need a little bit of touch up, but I'm able to use them and cut my cost a lot because wrapping can get very expensive. Even if you go just to the dollar store, it still can get very expensive. And I don't know if everybody has the amount of gifts that they give out that I do, but I wrapped for 10 hours this year to get everything wrapped. No joke. I did 8 hours one day and 2 another day. And this is just a small portion behind me of what I had that I had to wrap. So, that could get very expensive. So I'm going to read off a paper first, some of the thoughts that I have, and then we'll get into a little show and tell of what's on the table here. And so the first thought that I had is, if you're buying paper, Dollar Tree is the cheapest that I have found. I have gone into the other stores and compared the price, how many feet for what they're charging. And Dollar Tree is your best price, but you need to look through the rolls because they're going to have anywhere between 15 feet to 40 feet on a roll. And you want to make sure you're getting the 40 feet for $1. Now, in the past, I know Walmart has had the rolls of like 98-cent gift wrap, and I've tried those many years ago. I don't even go there now, but that paper was so thin that it would just shred trying to cut it. And then if you got the gift wrapped, it would rip while you were trying to get it delivered. And the dollar store wrapping paper is a decent thickness. Even the rolls that have the 40 feet, they are decent thickness. You can wrap and get it to where you're going and it looks good. It's a really good deal. Okay, we talked about reusing paper if it's a big sheet. Shipping bags, like you get that are white and then they're like gray on the inside. Use the inside. That you can wrap a gift with that if you have to. Paper bag, that works out great, and I'll show you some examples of that and how to cut your bag. There's no sense of buying the craft paper on a roll when you can use the paper bags. It's the same thing if you know how to cut them. Unless, of course, you had a very large gift. Lunch sacks, the paper lunch sacks, they're great. Clear packaging. I didn't have a piece of this to show you. Unfortunately, the gift that I did this in has already been given out, but sometimes you get stuff throughout the year and it will be in this clear little package and it like has a flap and it sticks on the end. Like sometimes calendars come in it or whatever. Save those, because instead of buying the rolls of clear wrap, if you have just little gifts to give, those work out great. Why buy the clear wrap? And also the bags that like sheets come in with the zipper or comforters. Hey, if you're doing a gift basket and you could just skip buying the basket and stick those items in there with a bow, it looks beautiful and you just saved yourself some money, plus it gives them a storage bag. Recycling the gift boxes, we talked about that. Oh, I fold little gift boxes out of last year's Christmas cards, or if I have like a shirt box that's torn, I'll cut a panel out of it and fold little gift boxes. I'll show you an example of those in a few minutes. Patching gift bags, I'll show you some examples of those. If you've got some gift bags, it's like, oh, I think I could use it one more year, but it's looking pretty bad. There's ways to spruce that up if you need to use it again. When the gift bags get super, super bad, I use them as wrapping paper, and I'll show you an example of that too. Wallpaper. Oh, I forgot to lay out the roll of wallpaper, but that works great. You do want to use the shipping tape if you're using wallpaper, but that makes a beautiful gift wrap if you have some leftover wallpaper or wallpaper border if it's a small gift. Newspaper. If you're going to use newspaper, find something fun. I know last week in the newspaper we had one whole page that was a snow globe. Hey, that would work out fine for wrapping paper, you know. Find something interesting. Same with magazine pages. Maybe there's a page in a magazine that's got kind of a Christmas theme and you just got something little to wrap. Tissue paper, very inexpensive. My friend uses toilet paper rolls. She squishes the end in and it looks like a little pillow box, and that works out great for small items. Shipping paper that comes in the boxes, that creamy colored paper that's kind of balled up, smooth it out, fold it up, and have that on hand. An old map. That can be really, really fun. I've seen that done before, and I actually have a map that's seen better days here. Coloring pages. Have your kids color a picture and then wrap the gift in it. Aluminum foil. Now, this might sound weird, but we buy paper that's silver. If you got some extra aluminum foil, it'll get you through. I've seen a lot of people, like if they're giving a loaf of bread, they'll wrap it in aluminum foil, just pull a sticky bow on there, or a little twine. Gift basket containers. I know everybody is like, oh, I need to run and buy a basket to put my gift basket in. I cut the flaps off a box so that I just have the little tray, and I wrap it in paper. And that's what I use for gift basket containers, or I look around and find something that I already have, maybe a Christmas tin left over from last year that I can use, or a candy dish, or something like that, and that works out good. I love the treat bags, the clear ones like you get for kids' parties. So many little gifts fit in there. You can put like a few little pieces of tissue paper in the bottom for color and put little gifts in there, and they just look beautiful. And I'll show you a package. We'll see how many is in the package here in a minute. And then cards, like a box of cards at the Dollar Tree. I think you get like 15 cards for $1. If you have gift cards or money that you're giving out, use those rather than getting those little gift tag tins that are going to cost you $1 each. And then for bows, obviously recycling stick-on bows, recycling the ribbon, using curly ribbon because you just need a little bit of that. You don't need a whole lot, and it's cheaper than the stick-on bows if you're going to buy the stick-on bows. If you have twine, yarn, shoelaces, like I'll tie the top of a gift basket with a shoelace, like a new shoelace, but extra shoelaces that I have on hand. Crochet cotton, that can be nice. Cutting the picture off of an old Christmas card and using that as your bow. You could tie on a pine cone, homemade ornament, or an extra ornament that you have. Then for name tags, sometimes like you get a box of candy and it has like the to and the from right on the box or the mug or whatever, and somebody wraps that and gives that to you, but they don't fill it out. Cut it out, save it for next year. That gives you a gift tag for a package. File labels, little white tags. I'll show you those in a minute. Stick-on name tags. Free stickers that you get in the mail just to decorate up whatever you're using. A piece of the wrapping paper you're using. A piece of brown paper bag. An old card, cutting a piece out of that. All kinds of neat ideas. And the Palmer candy on the back, it has a Santa to and from. I had one of those this year I used on somebody's gift and just wrapped it real plain and let that tag kind of act as the bow. Absolutely adorable. I don't have that to show you. Maybe it'll go better next year for me to do more showing and less talking. Okay, here we go. Let's take a look at some of the stuff I laid out on the table. Okay, here's a little gift bag. And let me hide the tag so the person doesn't know what they're getting. And we've used this one for many years. As you can see, it's a little rumpled. And right here, somebody had stuck one of those stick-on name tags, and it was awful. Like, it was showing the brown paper underneath, and it just was nasty. So I just cut a little piece out of wrapping paper and just went ahead and glued that right on. And now I have a cute little gift bag that I could use for another year without having to buy one. So that's a neat idea. This I wanted to show you because I had a wedding that I had to go to a couple years ago. So instead of me buying paper that said like wedding or to the couple or whatever, I bought this all occasion wrapping paper with the white and the gold and the silver, and it looked beautiful for a wedding. But the plus is, right, it looks good for Christmas with just a little bit of that curly ribbon on there. Okay, this is an example of many things we talked about, using a card instead of a tin box, and I just put a piece of this cloth ribbon on here, satin ribbon that I had left over, and some free stickers that I had just to kind of decorate it up, you know, the stickers like you get in the mail from places. And so that works out pretty good. And then this gift bag had a tag on it that looked just like the bag, but the bag was decorative enough. So I switched the tag out to just one of these paper tags like this. I'm hiding the tag. I don't want the person to know what they're getting. And I didn't use any tissue in this gift because this is a gift that I want them to see what it is when they receive it, because they'll want to plan on using it early. And what I did with the tag that came on the bag is I then saved it for this little gift set that was a penguin theme, and that dressed this up. And this This is just a little dish. And then it has some other little treats in here. I don't want to say what, because the person might be watching and they might know just that it's theirs because it's a penguin theme. So anyways, that. And then this was a recycled gift bag from a gift that I received, and I changed out the name tag to one of these little tags like this. I think it's like 40 of these or something at the Dollar Tree for $1. And the tissue inside, I don't know if you could see it, it's the green. I actually had the tissue left from a different gift, but it matched perfect with the green scarf. And then a recycled bow. And I just tied the bow to the top with a little curly ribbon. I'm having a hard time to find places to stack this stuff. Okay, this is an example of using one of the shipping bags like Amazon sends in that's white on the outside. Well, it's silver on the inside. And I just cut it into a sheet of paper and wrapped with it with a piece of twine. And here's an example of wrapping with your scrap paper. Like when you get a little bit too much paper and you cut just the ends off, don't throw those away because they're good for little gifts like this. These are gifts that were wrapped from a gift bag. This gift bag had torn really bad on the bottom, so I cut it into a sheet of paper and wrapped these two gifts out of that. This is a recycled brown bag that I cut into a sheet and then wrapped this up over this gift with this leftover ribbon that I had from a project I did. And then you can see all I did was I hole punched the bottom of the bag that I cut out into a little gift tag. It looks adorable. Okay, this was the only roll of new wrapping paper I bought this year. If I can afford it, I like to get one new roll of wrapping paper just to kind of change it up and keep the variety going. And I wanted to show on this one, because I had new paper, I used just a small piece of curly ribbon, and then I just wrote right on the gift who it was to and who it was from without a name tag. That'll cut the cost a little bit on this one. Okay, this is a recycled gift box with just a little piece of cotton string tied on it and a file folder label for the name tag. I didn't want anything too busy on here because the box is beautiful. Now, a lot of people would have thrown this away, but I didn't. And I'll tell you, it was ripped right there. Can you see on the edge? And I just put a piece of shipping tape on there smooth. Now, with me sticking it right in the camera, you can see that, but nobody's going to see that receives the gift. Okay, this is kind of a fun one. I bought this box of Christmas soda, and I gave this out to people like in individual bottles this year. So I had this box left over. So I decided, wouldn't that make a fun gift box? Like we see into the Dollar Tree, like the bakery, Christmas bakery boxes and the Christmas cocoa. So why not use a leftover Christmas soda box? And you could do this with anything. And right here where you punch the hand out to hold it, I took that piece and I made a name tag out of it. Hole punched it and tied it on with a piece of twine. And I've got something in each place where the soda was here. And this is for my son, so that's kind of fun. He'll get a kick out of that. Okay, this is recycled paper, and I got 3 gifts out of the sheet of recycled paper. Is beautiful, and it was double-sided paper, so that really gave it a variety. And a piece of curly string. This is a index card that I have folded in half, stuck one of my free stickers to it, and then I just filled out the inside. I did buy this year a set of these bags that come with the matching tag and the matching tissue. I ordered this set. I don't remember how many pieces, but I think I paid like $7, $8. And I'll do this every other year or so, and that will give us some new gift bags that we can circulate around. And it's like, if it goes outside of my house, if it goes to like my mother or my grandmother, they'll just put my gift in it and I'll get it back. So, I mean, we're always got stuff circulating like that that can be used. None of us have to spend very much on wrapping. This gift, I just pulled some white used tissue up over it, a piece of curly ribbon, and one of the stick-on name labels. Okay, this one is wrapped in a used piece of tissue, a piece of twine, and this is the picture off of a Christmas card. You can't see it very well, but it says, "All is calm, all is bright." And then I just filled out the back. It makes a pretty gift. And this tag that is used on here, this is a new piece of tissue paper and some twine. This tag, boy, the camera's not picking these tags up very well, has little silver stars. I got a pair of those fuzzy socks, and the tag hadn't been filled out with the to and from, so I just saved it and I used it on this gift. Okay, this is a really bad one that has seen better days, so I wanted to use this as an example of when you have a gift bag that's really bad. Like right over here, it had been written on with permanent marker. So I took one of those stick-on labels and I cut it bigger than where you'd peel off, and put that on over the permanent marker. And then I put this little piece of curly ribbon here to kind of distract the mess. This is an example of one that I won't use as a bag another year. See here, there's like even some leftover tape and stuff at the top. We've used this one a long time. So if I get this bag again next year, oh, it's to my son, so I will have it next year. On the back, this side looks fine. So what I will do is I will cut the snowman out and save it, and then I will glue it onto a brown bag and use it that way. And then this big gift right here, this has a picture off of a Christmas card made into a label and just some curly ribbon, and that was the new paper from this year. Okay, now this is an example of a little box that I folded out of a Christmas card. I did this for my husband. This was his Christmas card from the company he works for. And that's what it looks like on the inside. And I do these a lot and use these. And it works the same way with one of those shirt boxes. Just cut the front panel out. You need 2 of them. and you can fold a little box. I can do a tutorial on this if you want to see me do one. Put it in the description and I can show how I do those little boxes. Okay, just some of my stash of used tissue, fold it up. The lunch sacks, $40 for $1 at Dollar Tree. I mean, that's a lot of wrapping right there. You can really dress these up. Just a brown grocery bag. Let me show you how to cut this into a sheet of paper in case you've never done it. Okay, you're just going to cut right straight down the side. All right, see the bottom here? We're going to cut all the way around this bottom. Take the bottom right out. Okay, so now that the bottom's out, you have this whole piece that you can make into name tags and hole punch. And then on the inside of the bag, you have this whole great big sheet for wrapping. So that works out fantastic. Okay, then if you do like groceries to go, my store will put them in these brown bags with the handles. Well, this works out fine for a gift bag, and especially like in the case of me saying next year, I'll cut the snowman out, that glued right on here, and we're good to go, totally free. All right. Wow, I've got stuff stuffed everywhere. I keep this little tin in my wrapping tote, and I forgot to mention that. All the stuff I save, I put in a little flat, long wrapping tote and slide it under my bed. And I keep in here some different things that I'm going to be using for name tags, some Scotch tape. Okay, I keep a hole punch for those homemade name tags. And then I keep my pair of scissors. So that's all right together. And then even if my son's like, hey, Mom, I'm going to go wrap. I'm like, and he might have got his own paper, but I'm like, grab that tin. It's got everything you need. All right. We mentioned the aluminum foil. Wrapping with this, I just wanted to mention right now at Dollar Tree, you can get this extra long box of 27 feet of aluminum foil. Now, if you get the fancy paper that's silver at Dollar Tree, you're only getting 15 feet of that. It is a little bit wider, but if you already have this, this is a great solution. Oh, I did purchase this new this year. These are canning labels, and they say like baking bright and just for you and made with love, all of that kind of stuff. And the round ones fit on the top of a canning jar, and these other ones I've used on cookie boxes and stuff. I got these at Dollar General for $1, and there's 14, but this really spruces up a little cookie box or something. These, I think these little to and from stickers came free in the mail from like if you were signing your kid up for highlights. I don't have any kids that age, but I saved the stickers and put them in with my gift wrapping stuff. Okay, sandwich bags at Dollar Tree, 125 sandwich bags. These are the ones that are the fold down. If I have somebody little that I want to give a gift to, maybe the general store owner or the lady at the post office, FedEx, whatever, I will put a couple of homemade cookies in here, and then I just scrunch up the top with a piece of curly bow and attach a name tag, and it looks beautiful, and 125 for $1, and whatever's left, use it to pack lunches. I do usually get a package of these 20 clear treat bags at the Dollar Tree each year, so that I have these on hand. These work great for little gifts. Slip them in here. Like, for example, one gift I gave this year to a teenage girl was a make your own candle kit and a small square box and 3 Coke chapsticks, and tied it off at the top. Very inexpensive little gift bag. It looked cute. These ones are rumpled, but the snowflake ones, I had gotten these a different year, and I love these for adult gifts. Lots of little things, fuzzy socks, whatever, will fit in these. Same deal, 20 for $1, and these come with the like bread ties to close them. I wanted to show you this. I received this year. My gift was wrapped in this. This is a brown paper bag from the grocery store, just like I just showed you how to cut, okay? But instead of doing a name tag or anything like that, they just lettered themselves, Merry Christmas in my name. This looked beautiful. They had a little sticky bow up in the corner that I've already used on the gift. But I just saved this to show you, because this is a great example of dressing up a brown bag for nothing. You know, they already have the markers. The sticky type tags, you know, these stick on gift tags. This I paid, you're not going to be able to see that. It's not focusing in. I paid 88 cents for these, and there is 60 stickable gift tags. I've had these for years because, as you've seen, I make so many tags that these last forever. I just use these once in a while when I need a little something different on a gift. The twine like this. Oh, I got this into the Dollar Tree probably 5-6 years ago. That's what's left of that. The baker's twine, I picked this up from Holler for maybe $1 a roll. I know they're out of business now, but you can find this different places. This lasts a really, really long time. It's a good thing to use. Curly ribbon. I bought one of those multi-packs of curly ribbon when my husband and I were first married, about, it'll be 19 years in March. But as you've seen on my gifts, I don't get carried away with the curly ribbon. Just a little bow here. Some of the gifts, I just put it around one way, and I use it in addition to recycled things and whatever. So this is what's left on this roll. After 18 years, okay, I still got a few more gifts I can do out of it. Some of the other colors have more, some of the other colors have less, but just to give you an idea, when you're being frugal and you buy something like this, how long it can really last you. This is just a roll of cotton twine from the automotive section in the Dollar Tree. Look how much is on there. I kid you not, using this in addition to everything else I use, I bet you I will use this the rest of my life on gift wrapping. So I'm in a position, if I want to, I can spend a little bit on gift wrap. And what did I spend total this year? Oh, I spent $1 on some of those treat bags, and I spent $1 for a roll of paper, and I spent $8 for some new gift bags, and I think that's about all I spent, you know, and I don't know how many gifts I've wrapped, but to wrap for 10 hours, I assure you, it was ridiculous. We have a lot of people that we give to. We try to do something small for everybody. We would never want to leave somebody out. So that's it. And if you have nothing to spend, spend nothing. Spend nothing, you know. This little gift sets, like the penguin one I showed you, I tie a shoelace at the top if you don't have something fancy to put at the top. There's just so much you can do if you're creative. And my son asked me to get him some paper for his wrapping. For whatever reason, Codger is not into the recycling. He's like, Mom, I've done a lot of shopping and I need you to go get me some paper, which he covers his own costs, whatever he wants to do. But being frugal, I did make sure that I was getting the 40 square feet of gift wrap for $1 instead of the 15. And it says right there, really, really tiny. You have to really watch for the square footage. Mostly it's like your shinier papers are the 15 square feet and then your others are the 40. But, you know, this was a respectable looking paper for $1. And I think that does it. I'm sorry this video is late and that I didn't have an example of everything, but I hope that from what I've shared with you, that it will get you inspired and get you looking around your own house to see what you can come up with in some creative ways to do your gift wrapping. And hopefully it helps you out a lot. I know a lot of people are having a hard time this year, and any way that they can cut is great. And you don't need to feel bad. You don't need to feel like, well, somebody went and bought special gift wrap for me and I didn't. Honor the gift wrap that they gave you and save it, right? Let their purchase be more than they ever realized. Recycle that as long as you can. If they give you one of those nice boxes with the cover and everything, you know, save it, reuse it, and just make do the best way that you can make do and give your gifts with joy. All right, everybody, I hope you have a Merry Christmas, and we'll see you soon. Bye.